Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. This is called our awkward opening.
Yes, this is the Canadian opening, I think is what it's called. Right?
Oh,
Sorry, you guys are awkward. I'm sorry.
wow.
I mean,
Wow.
it's in a beloved, like, heartfelt way. You guys are super awkward.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Stephen Ahola. It's another episode of MBartist Live. We're just going to let that slide into oblivion.
Sure. Let's pull our boots, everybody.
Oh, jeez. Mustafa is here to insult an entire nation.
I love Canada.
That's
I
his
love
job
the Canadians.
today. When I see you, I'm going to have to show you how we play hockey.
Okay. Or curling. Or, on any of that other fun sports that we come down here.
Wow. Yeah. Insult City. Don't you have a celebrity to vote in as a president? What's going on here?
Yeah, that was a weird time for America. We were going through some things.
Yeah, for your puberty.
Yeah, exactly.
You better believe it, Tom. We should get him. Tom Palin says, let's get him, Stephen. He's a fellow Canuck out in Vancouver.
I love Canada.
Let's get right off to it. Welcome to MBartist Alley Live. I am your host, Stephen Ahola. In the number 2 chair is Mustafa Musa. I hope that is either coffee or vodka. We'll let you, the audience, decide which one it is.
Chai tea latte, but you can put whatever you want with it. You can mix whatever you want.
Thank you, Mustafa. I was trying to make it a mystery, but
no. The mystery is what I mixed with it.
Ah, there you go. Kahlua?
Oh, that sounds great, actually.
Brandon says, feeling the love this afternoon. Absolutely, Brandon. And once again, you guys are off to the races on the comments, and we appreciate it. Hey, Luke. We see Tom, we see Brandon. Keep it coming, guys. If it's anything like last week, we should have some fun, and hopefully I won't get voted as the weakest link.
I feel like you voted yourself in that one. Nobody nominated you, but we also didn't say no. Yeah. We should have shouted you down like, no, not you.
No, not at all. Yeah, everybody's like, look at the time.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Ooh, I got deadlines. Ooh.
I got a thing.
Yeah, well, I got a thing. I got to see a guy about a horse.
You know what? I didn't know that I got to see a guy about a horse was a way of saying I got to go pee.
That's not. No, it's like a racehorse, maybe. No, it's a Godfather reference.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Now, if you excuse me, I got to go see a man about a horse. That's from Godfather.
Isn't that when they chopped off the horse's head and it ends up in the
well, exactly. I mean, that's kind of, same movie.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers if you were worried about that horse in that movie.
If you were watching Godfather and you just paused it just before he woke up with the horse in the head, I apologize in advance. But it's your fault for waiting 30 years to watch a classic.
It's what, 50 years old at this point. I mean, I don't know if we can do spoilers at this point. Also, Luke Skywalker is directly related to Darth. We won't tell you how, but yeah.
You know, it's funny how in a galaxy far, far away, everybody was interwoven.
It was a very tight-knit, group. I kept waiting for the last, episode, for them to tie in like our reality in some way, kind of like how they did with the end of Battlestar Galactica. Like it's a galaxy far, far away and all of that. And it's a long time ago, but maybe they go through like some sort of wormhole or something and they see like prehistoric Earth.
Yeah.
But nah, that's wishful thinking, I guess.
Did you
It's 50 years, Tom. Godfather came out 50 years ago.
Damn it, Tom. I think he's doing the Canadian conversion. We always knock off 20%.
Oh, actually, I thought you add 20%, no?
Oh, right. Sorry, I was thinking intellect. Yes, currency, we add 20%.
No, you guys are way smarter than us. No, not even going to lie. That's what makes the awkwardness. Yeah.
It's like, how do we talk down to these people?
Right. Like,
that's why we're always apologetic. Sorry.
Oh, my God.
Sorry, eh?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Luke wants to know if we can make people cry again this week. You know what, Luke? That was
over here. I'll make you. Oh, I don't know. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I said, come over here. I'll make you cry, Luke. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa. Oh, man. You are in tough guy mode.
I don't know. It's the Texan coming out, I guess. I don't know.
The Texan. Are you wearing your shirt? Oh, speaking of tough guy, here's Jamie. Everybody, villains extraordinaire, artist to the stars. Luke says next you'll say we've been spoiling 50-year-old movies, Jamie.
Yeah.
Would you like to spoil any 50-year-old movie?
Oh no, Luke's gonna kick my butt now. Oh no.
Oh jeez. Spoil an old movie.
Yeah. We did Godfather, we did Star Wars. Yeah.
Bad news. Luke does kiss his sister.
Oh,
I thought you meant this guy, Luke. Okay. I was like,
no. No, Luke's gonna beat me up. No.
So I want to know if in Gone with the Wind, if the guy does give a damn or not.
Does he give a damn?
I don't think.
Yeah. Is that a spoiler? If I find out if he gives a damn?
Google it. Someone please Google it and let me know if he gives a damn in Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
That is definitely. I wonder if they left that as an open, like a hanging thread.
Yeah. Right.
Was it Clark Gable?
Yep. Maybe that was the sequel.
Was there a sequel?
Actually, there was a sequel, and nobody watched it. It came out in like in the 80s or 90s. Scarlet, I think. Yeah.
Oh
wow!
I never saw it. I was a kid. I didn't. Yeah, didn't speak to me. Didn't have like
TV movie Scarlet.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I vaguely remember hearing about that.
Oh yeah, the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Okay, that's a good one too.
So was that with the piano player?
Yes.
Sham in all the days in all the world, she had to walk into my bar. Is that close? No.
No, that's good.
Hi, girl.
Not bad.
The audience.
Hey, let's ask the audience. Audience?
Oh, we've lost the audience now.
Oh, is that the cricket sound I hear?
Yeah, we need the cricket.
Speaking of the audience, let's confirm that we have one, guys. If you are watching, you're either on YouTube, on Facebook, or we are on one of our partners, such as Collector's Toy Shop, Toy Hive, and today Midlife Crisis. I think we're having Midlife Crisis as we spoil some movies. And if you saw Loki, do not tell me what happened. I'm avoiding it like no. Do put that jaw up like a drawbridge, Mustafa. Stick to the iron, but prime.
Oh,
you are from the South. Look at you.
You know what the funny thing is people from the South, they can't pronounce my name. I have friends in like Kentucky and Louisville, and apparently my name is Steve Aola.
Huh.
The 8 is silent.
Yeah, it could be worse, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, it could be. That's called my elementary school.
Yeah.
Grades 1 to whenever it ended. Anyway, guys, you're probably watching us online, and we thank you for coming. By all means, we want to hear from you. Engage us. We want your comments, your questions. Why? Because we have art prints. Let's throw them up. Look at that. 9 beautiful art prints that we've selected, one from each of the MBartist creators. We're going to walk through them, and then we'll tell you if you want them, how you can get them. Number 1, Bob McLeod. We have no idea when he'll arrive, but I'm sure it'll be for 12 minutes. We have Bob McLeod's New Mutants, Marvel graphic novel number 4. We have Chad Hardin's Harley Quinn, carded 2.0. And if you're a Cheers fan, we call him Vera. Francine Delgado's Jean Grey Marvel Girl. Oh, Mr. Coker, we pulled out a classic.
Oh, yeah, the one that started it all. So Skeletor is like one of the most iconic bad guys in all of... if you grew up in the 80s, Skeletor was like one of your main baddies. He was had a great voice. He was inept. He had inept henchmen around him. He was a guy who actually had an interesting backstory, but mostly people focused on the here and now with him, with the skull face and the blue skin and everything. With this one, I knew I wanted to do a line of villains because I love villains, but I wasn't sure quite how I wanted to make it different. and we talked and talked and talked, and the idea finally came up for breaking toys of the heroes, and it was like, okay, that I can get with. I wasn't ever a kid who broke toys as a kid. I took very good care of my toys. My mother will tell you that right off the bat. But just the idea of breaking toys, like these guys getting frustrated, be like, "Screw you, He-Man," and just breaking the thing. That was just like, I could not get that out of my head. So here we go.
All right, Jamie. Okay,
Yeah.
you've given me a little piece. I want you to give me your best Skeletor.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's all I can do, man. I don't know the Skeletor line.
Let's hear yours, Steve.
Oh, geez. What was the line? He called them like Nimrods or nincompoops, right? Get out of here, you nincompoops! Isn't he loud like that?
Yeah.
So, did you see the trailer for Revelations?
Oh yeah.
Either of you?
Yeah.
So, what do you think of Mark Hamill as Skeletor?
Is he doing the same voice? Is he doing like basically Joker and Trickster and all the other voices?
You can hear it.
Can you? Okay. I haven't seen the trailer yet. My buddy Eddie Dunia has worked on the cartoon though, and he's awesome. So like I've seen the artwork. The artwork looks great.
Oh, the artwork looks great. I just don't know why they didn't just bring back Alan Oppenheimer. Essentially, they're like, you know what? You did great work back in the 80s. You can be Moss Man.
Oh, did they brought him back as Moss Man?
Yep.
Oh,
Wow.
Exactly.
His voice changed that much.
Emotion.
Well, he should have been. Like, I don't know if it's because they're going for more of a serious tone or anything, because apparently they've released the toys. Like, you already know that he's become Skeletor God at some point.
Oh, yeah, Skill of God.
Yeah, Skelegod.
Is that his actual name?
I think that's the actual
That's
name.
on the toy, Skelegod.
Skelegod. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, Alan Oppenheimer got. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to interrupt that because No has joined us. How you doing? Are you just saving time for any questions we ask you? It's just read the corner.
No, I'm dyslexic and I meant to write fish.
Oh, well, you're close.
Is Alan Oppenheimer still alive?
Yes, he is.
Good.
They moved him to Mossman on Masters of the Universe.
And even a galaxy that's right next door, isn't that still far, far away?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're kidding? The moon's far away. We've only been there once.
Well, it's like Stephen Wright said, it's a small world, but I wouldn't want to paint it.
Yeah. And also, I see that Francine has joined us in the darkness. Francine, how are you?
Hello.
That's balancing off my malevolent force.
Yeah, we were. Well, let's get through the featured art prints. We kind of stole that Skeletor. And next is J.C. Mulligan's Marilyn Monroe from Like It Whipped.
He's in Hawaii.
Mr. Rubinstein, would you like to talk to us about the Wolverine?
Yep.
We have Joe Rubinstein's Wolverine.
Yep. It's actually a self-portrait about if I had hair. So,
I have lots of those. I call them children.
Right.
Those are self-portraits.
Yeah, especially if you see my 4-year-old. I know. I have to apologize to her.
But maybe they're like a Xerox of a Xerox.
Maybe. No. One thing I'll say about my kids, they're going to be better than me. I'm putting that bar nice and low.
Sure.
Are they already almost caught up?
Yep.
I'm sure if your wife raised you, you'd be better.
Oh, hey, I have no doubt about that. I have nothing but love for my wife, especially.
Isn't your wife raising you now, actually?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. She says she has 2 4-year-olds.
Mm.
One coming out of diapers and one going in.
I think that's unfair. I think you dress at least like a 14-year-old.
Thank you. That's an upgrade for me. It really is. I got out of the jumpers. All right, let's move on. We got to get out of these art prints. John Hubert's Fantastic Four. Mr. Mustafa.
Yes, that's me.
Love, exciting and new.
Oh man, I didn't know it was gonna be karaoke tonight. This is like a nice
man.
bonus.
Well, I sniffed some markers before I came on, so I'm in a good mood.
That's the trick.
Mustafa, have you ever had a nickname?
Many, but I don't like most of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Spike.
Okay, Spike. I'm okay with that. Actually, I've never heard that one.
You like it?
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can use
yeah.
it.
Okay,
Spike, tell me about this piece.
sure. Let's see. So this piece, people wanted to see Gambit and Rogue, but not in action. They wanted to see them kind of in a quiet moment. So knocked this one out during COVID, and then got to show it off now that COVID is not going on anymore. And Sanju did the colors for it, very professional looking stuff. He originally had a different idea for the colors, and then we kind of worked with him, and I think, yeah, it's a really nice piece. I think you did a great job.
You've given me the inspiration to do Gambit and Rogue in a quiet moment in action.
In a quiet moment in action, that sounds like something that would not be for all audiences.
No, it wouldn't. So it's a niche market.
Oh no, I mean, there's a market for it, just maybe not kids, not kids.
Thank you. I'll give you credit.
How about them playing Leapfrog and Gambit? Just isn't quite making it over.
There's definitely going to be a big market for that. I
I
assure
hope
you
you're
that.
not listening, Francine.
A lot of leather, a lot of powers being drained. Yeah,
Is that what you call it now?
is that too much? Sorry, that might.
Hey, well, you know, Rogue is all about no glove, no love.
Oh my God, can we move on?
No, that's witty. Give him credit.
Look what your piece inspired.
And we have Guardian telling me to stop. All right, so those are our 9 art prints. For the love of God, stop, man. All right, so those are our 9 art prints. So how can you get these fine art prints? Well, I'll tell you, throw in some comments. Every comment or question we see get thrown up here, except for Franz. I see you there, Franz.
Hey.
You will get an entry into a draw, and you can pick one of these 5/9 for an art print. Or if you just want to claim one, just say claim Harden, and Love G will take care of you out in the pit. Or you can go to MBartist.com, pick any one of these 9, whether it's an art print, platinum, or canvas, drop it in the cart, and you will get free shipping with the very craftily made promo code free shifting. Shipping. Free shipping. Anyways, there we go. That's how you can get one of these fine art prints. Thank you very much. It only took us 22 minutes to get through them. All right. How's everybody doing? Fran, when did you get here?
I'm not here.
Oh, you're not here? You're just a representative?
I'm talking on the internet with the internet's lovely people. That is what got us.
So while Fran actually has more interesting conversations in text with the people watching us, why don't we?
That's hard to do.
So we were spoiling 50-year-old movies. You want to take a shot at one there, Joe?
Sure. I think everybody dies at the end of Titanic.
Not everybody.
Not everybody.
Yeah, maybe it's a dream. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an allegory.
What is the goal to spoil movies by doing what? Telling the ending?
Oh, we were talking about like Godfather and what it was about, and then Gone with the Wind and Star Wars, and so yeah.
Yeah.
Frankly, I don't give a damn.
That's exactly it. Yes, we were. I wasn't sure if he gave a damn or not.
How about movies with bad translations? Like Psycho was translated in South America to the movie about the guy who's his own mother. It's like it kind of gives it away.
Is that really the name of it?
Yeah.
No, because how do you know about
Star Wars
movies
daddy
with
issues?
translations? Most of the movies you guys have them in English, so it's the original language. But for us, we have like so many fun things, like with the name or just like with the stuff they said. You're like, no, that's not what they're saying.
Well, Francine, were you telling me that when you were growing up and watching Thundercats, you didn't know that Thundercats was cats because it's something it was different? What was that? What we were talking about?
No, it like we didn't know English, so you didn't know the translation of Thundercats, what that was like a thunder and a cat, and I go, okay. I just thought it was like the name of the group, like their ensemble group was called Thundercats, but I didn't know what that means. And that happened a lot with a lot of cartoons and movies and stuff. And most of the things, most of the times, I love to see movies in the original language. But I gotta say that a lot of animation movies, the translation they do in Spanish, like for Shrek or the group's Emperors, like some of the Disney movies, when you listen to them in Spanish, oh my God, the guys do like an amazing job, and the jokes they said are even funnier. Most of them in English are better, but some of them is like fantastic work.
Well, let's throw this one. So we spoiled 50-year-old movies. I want you guys to tell me, and I want you guys out there who's watching tell us a movie that you saw a trailer that got you super excited about, and then you saw it and you're like, oh crap, I'm out.
Oh man, so many.
Like, because I personally think they should just show trailers. Like, just say, here's all the trailers we have for the month of July. Just sit down and watch it for $10, and then you'll be satisfied. Get it.
Oh, I've got one. I've got
go
one.
ahead.
Let's hear it.
Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
That's okay. Well, I was going to say episode 1, but okay, yeah.
Oh, episode 1 was worse.
Episode 1 is the one I thought of. Like that trailer looked great, and then you saw the movie, and 40 minutes in, you're like, "What am I watching? What is this?"
You guys don't give a shit if we're ever going to get Star Wars material, do you? It's like they're never going to come to us for jobs now. Thank you, Spike.
Yeah. Sorry, Rusty.
Essentially, we got a list of
Wouldn't you
franchises, and we're going to ruin each one. We're just going to cross that off the list.
Speaking of translations, there's a great movie called The Man Who Would Be King with Sean Connery and Michael Caine.
Michael Caine, yeah.
And one of the expressions was God's holy trousers, right? So I'm watching this on an airplane with French subtitles. And when they get to God's holy trousers, the translation is Sacre Bleu, which really isn't the same thing. And also, as far as translation in comic books, Mike Nasser, he grew up in Lebanon, so the books were in Arabic or Urdu, whatever the hell they say there. And when he reads Superman comics, he never understood how that thing on the chest was an S, because they flopped it to read right to left. So only when he got to America and saw Superman the other way did he now finally understand how that looked like an S on his chest.
It's not an S. They changed it. It's
an L for the family, right? What?
Yeah.
No, it's a symbol for hope now.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought it
unless
was
you watch Man of Steel, and then you're just going to be lacking hope.
right.
That's
I
right.
thought it was the L family crest or something.
Yeah. Emu Clark. Or Emo Clark. Sorry, Emo.
No, he's more emo in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, speaking of Superman, the passing of a legend this week as Richard Donner died. So let's talk a little bit about the Richard Donner's work. He famous for Lethal Weapon, Superman, I Believe a Man Can Fly. Mustafa, favorite Richard Donner movie moment.
Oh man, really? Okay, Superman was great, and Superman 2, the Donner cut, was actually really great. I mean, I'm sure you guys know, we're all nerds here, but the ending to Superman 2 is the exact same as Superman 1, because they didn't figure out the Donner cut, right? Because they didn't figure out an ending. They were filming while they were writing the movie. So they used the ending for 2 for 1, and then they're like, when we do 2, we'll just figure it out, because they filmed them both at the same time. And then he got taken off, right? So
Fired.
Well, taken out, fired, yeah. So when you watch the Donner cut, you're like, wait a second, he's just rewinding time again. This is the total thing. But honestly, I think his Lethal Weapon movies are really good. Yeah. Like Lethal Weapon 2 is a great movie. Mm-hmm. Full of all kinds of awesome moments. And I know like he's like a guy who gave us a lot of nerdy moments because he did like Goonies. Goonies had so many great moments, but I mean Lethal Weapon is great.
I'll give anybody $20 to do the truffle shuffle right now.
I just want them to reshoot it where Mel Gibson does kill himself.
So right now, it took me a little while when you guys are talking about Lethal Weapon. it took me just a little while, like, oh, what is that? What is that? Oh, yeah, that is Arma Mortal. So yeah, that's a good movie.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Well, that was a great movie. They were actually getting teed up to do Lethal Weapon 5. I don't know. It's probably in the old age home, I'm supposing, but I guess that's not going to happen. So they were going to.
Yeah, not everybody from that movie has aged well, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
Pesci
I would still get it just to get 2 more hours of Leo Getz.
Yeah, Joe Pesci looks like crap. That's
That's exactly what I was meaning.
He got smaller. Jamie, give me a Richard Donner moment.
There's a small moment in one of the Superman movies. It speaks to the attention to detail. It's also about performance. There's a scene where Christopher Reeve, when he portrayed Clark Kent, he always hunched over a little bit. Really the nerdy, the glasses and everything. And there's a small moment where he actually goes from Clark Kent to Superman just by straightening his back and lengthening himself out. And just that moment, you totally believe that these are 2 different sections of the same person. It's amazing. Like I've watched that scene over and over again, and I'm like, that's such a quiet moment that it's amazing to me. Mostly about performance, but still awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Hebert has joined the party. Marvel artist, Punisher, Uncanny X-Men. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How's everybody there?
Well, we were just talking about Richard Donner. He passed last week. So we're asking everybody for their favorite Richard Donner movie moment. You got one?
Oh my God, the sequence in the first Superman movie when it's just that night of magic when he goes out on adventures for the first time and saves Lois from the helicopter and stops the robbery and bad vibrations, and that's just an amazing montage. It makes you feel triumphant. You walk out of that theater feeling 12 feet tall.
I have a Richard Donner story.
Okay. No.
So there's a Richard Donner story, right? He wanted Gene Hackman to be Lex Luthor, right? And he was like, okay, we're not going to get you to shave your head. We'll just do like a bald wig or whatever. But he had a mustache, right? Yeah. And so Richard Donner was like, he doesn't want to shave off the mustache. Okay, well, send him in. Give me one of those fake prop mustaches, right? So he put on a fake prop mustache. He's like, look, I understand mustaches are a big deal. It's important. But if you don't shave your mustache, we can't have you as Lex Luthor. He's like, but it's a part of me. And he's like, okay, you know what? Fine. He went to the bathroom, ripped the thing off, came out 5 minutes later. He's like, that's how important it is. I shaved off my mustache. And then I got rid of his mustache for Lex Luthor.
Oh, man.
Cool.
So what you're saying is that Gene Hackman's a dope?
A little bit. Yeah, he couldn't tell it was a fake mustache. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna quickly read off some of the movies because maybe you guys have forgotten Richard Donner movies. I'll just do the biggest ones: Conspiracy Theory, Assassins, the Lethal Weapon series, Maverick, Radio Flyer, Scrooged. There's a favorite of mine. I love
Scrooge. Scrooge is good.
Back off, big man.
Goonies, Lady Hawk. I did not know this. He did the toy with Richard Pryor.
Oh yeah,
Lady Hawk was good.
I saw that.
Lady Hawk, The Omen. There's a classic.
The Omen.
Movie.
And then it gets into, he did a bunch of TV before that. Streets of San Francisco, Kojak. So yeah, a legend.
Yeah, and when he did Superman, he wanted it to be like a legitimate movie. That's why he got the screenwriter from Godfather. Like he wanted it to not be just some silly, campy thing.
Right.
And he got the Godfather to be Jor-El.
Yeah, exactly.
They were thinking of getting James Caan to be Superman when Mario Puzo wrote the script, and he loved the script, but he said it was more funny than actiony, and that's why it was rejected. And that's why he didn't do it. Thank God.
It's just too bad that there was a clash between the producers and Donner for 2. It would have been nice to see him kind of fulfill his original vision of the 2 movies because they essentially did shoot them consecutively.
Right.
And it was because of release dates that they kind of had to just hammer home the first one and get it out the door. So Anyways, passing of a legend. Guys, we want to hear from you. If you've got any favorite Richard Donner movies or moments, drop it in the comments. We want to hear from you. Brandon says Maverick was so good. Anybody here see Maverick?
Yeah, good movie.
Ages ago.
Ages ago? Mel Gibson.
I love that scene where he and Danny Glover look at each other and do the "Don't I know you" bit. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, the little head nod.
Mm-hmm.
And Rajan Bernales says, "Oh my God, Lady Hawk! I didn't think I watched any Donner movies other than Superman, but I guess I have." Yeah, it's just so interesting. Like Goonies, I love Goonies. I still whenever I see it on TV, I just pause because it's like Forrest Gump. It's one of those movies that it's like I'll put it on in the background, and before you know it, you're just watching the damn thing.
Have you ever seen the music video that went along with it?
Oh, the Cyndi Lauper one and all the wrestlers.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
Oh, I got a funny story to tell you, John, and I'm just gonna jump in real quick. Irving, so I'm talking to Irving today because we're gonna be at UltraCon, and they've posted. Guys, go to ultracon.com, ultraconcity.com, because the Wiz pre-orders are now up on their website. But Irving goes, "Hey, Steven, I didn't know that John Hebert was one of Demolition." I was like, "Wait, what now?" So apparently more than one person contacted Irving saying, "You have John Hebert going to UltraCon? That's awesome. I loved him in Demolition."
What? Oh, that's great.
Oh, man.
I said, "That's it. He's got to come in full makeup."
Oh my God, that's funny. What? I'm friends with the guys. They put up messages on my page or something. I mean, I don't get it.
I don't know, but he was going to make this big stink on social media about how not only do we have the artist John Hebert coming, but also a member of Demolition.
Oh boy. I'm the unofficial third member of Demolition, like the fifth member of the Beatles, I guess.
Oh, you would be the fourth member, my friend.
Yep, you be the fourth.
Oh, that's right, because the Moondog. That's right, and fifth because the Moondog and then Crush. I forgot about that. Yes.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ara has joined us. Ara, thanks for joining us. We have a request from earlier to see if you're going to ask another question to make everybody cry.
Who?
Oh, Ara. Remember, you said you had to get a step ladder to talk to Ara because she's 6 foot.
Okay. I wouldn't be talking.
Oh, really?
You would be getting arrested then.
Wouldn't be the first time.
On next week's show, we look forward to the restraining order from Ara. Mr. Rubenstein, we'd appreciate it if you don't come within 50 digital feet.
Right. Okay.
Ara does have questions. We look forward to hearing Ara because we need some filler.
Filler? Don't call it filler.
Jeez.
How about content?
Oh,
Content.
sorry. Yes, we need content.
You wacky Canadian.
Careful when you pronounce that.
Sorry, Mustafa. I was trying to dumb it down for you guys.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
All right. So, guys, if you have any favorite Donner movies, throw it out there. Anyway, originally, last week, I had a question that I wanted to jump into that was more art related, but we seem to keep getting sidetracked into these pop culture type things, such as The Weakest Link and all that type of stuff. But I have a question for the fellow artists here that I'm curious about. So there's a story that the Eagles talk about where they say that
The football team?
the band.
The first thing I thought too.
I wish you'd be more specific. You're just confusing me.
No, the band. So essentially they were talking about the creative process in terms of writing songs and how they said like their biggest hit, Hotel California, basically came together in an afternoon, where another hit like Tequila Sunrise took like 3 months to figure out. Yep. So the question I wanted to put forth to you guys is, have you ever, we'll start with the first one. Have you ever had a drawing that you just jammed out and surprisingly it was a big hit? So I guess an example would be McFarlane talks about his Batman cover where it's all cape. And essentially he had a couple hours to get it done because of deadlines. And now it's like $300. John, you got something like
I
that?
have one.
Okay, there we go, Joe. You're up.
Well, since you asked my favorite Donner part in a movie,
Oh, sorry.
yeah, was when I went to see Superman #1, and there was no internet and all that stuff. They, I think, just invented electricity the year or two earlier, so we were still catching up. And I remember when I was a kid and Gravity happened, it was amazing. We could put shit down, it didn't float back up. It was great. It's like life has changed, When I saw Superman #1 and John and Glenn Ford showed up as Pa Kent, I went, oh my God, that is the greatest casting I've ever seen. He was just so right. And I mean, I don't know that Glenn Ford was anything like his TV persona, but that look for the thing I thought was just genius. So to answer the next question, one day, Marvel, DC would mail in pages to me that just show up in the mail. And so this cover showed up. It was just like a single figure standing there and a black background. And I inked it like in an hour. And then I thought, well, I feel a little guilty. Maybe I should give it another 15 minutes. So I did. And then mailed it back. I didn't know it was the new Electric Superman, which would be the most publicized piece of artwork I will do in my entire life. Because it was in every magazine and newspaper in the world saying Superman.
Just an hour.
And I don't know that I would have worked any harder. I might have been more nervous if I'd known this was such a big deal. But I just did it and sent it off, and there it is.
Wow. That's interesting. John, how about you?
Yeah, it does happen. Sometimes you put a lot into something and it just doesn't work. And you put it away in a drawer and come back and then work on it years later, which has happened to me. Or sometimes things just fall into place. I had a page in X-Men Adventures, and we were retelling the origin of Wolverine, and there was the big money shot where he's first standing there half page in the costume for the first time. And I said, am I doing the original Wolverine costume? They said, no, make him look like the current Wolverine, because as far as the TV show is concerned, that's the way he always looked. He never had the short ears and the, cat-looking mask. So I did it, and it had to be done right away. It was one of these things where deadlines stacked up, whatever. So I banged it out. Said it looks okay. Wish I had another, overnight, but I didn't. And didn't they market the thing? I mean, it was a little cardboard stand-up and whatnot. And I felt kind of bad about it. I still have it somewhere here in my studio. Oh yeah, there it is up there. It's got that 90s McFarlane Liefeld look, which I'm not exactly pleased with, but I made a little extra money on it. And every once in a while I'll see one at a convention and kind of wince. And then like a couple months later, they did the same thing with a Jean Grey full figure that I had just pooped out, basically. So you never know.
Real quick, Luke Holbrook wants to know, who's your favorite wrestler?
Mine?
Yep.
Harley Race.
There you go, buddy. Harley Race. Mustafa, same question to you, not the wrestler one.
Yeah, my favorite wrestler, I don't know. Let's see. So my two favorite characters to draw are Batman and Joker. And it was a sketch cover commission, and the guy was like, draw whatever you want. And I was like, well, I just want to have like Batman's face fading into the Joker. And I drew it out in 5 minutes, and it was everything I needed in that 5 minutes. And then it took about an hour to ink it, and it's not maybe in my top 10 bestsellers, but it's up there. And people, every time they see it, they're like, oh, it's cool. I don't have it on the computer pulled up, but it's that image there is what I did. And yeah, for 5 minutes, it's my favorite thing I've worked on.
Cool. Jamie.
I tend to go for like weird ideas, mashups, and things like that. And I guess the one piece that I think that lately that I've done that I wasn't sure if people were really going to dig it was I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan. I've watched every episode of that show. I watch them 2, 3, 4, 5 times, whatever. I always notice something different about it every time I see it. And I like the idea of multiverses with different versions of each character. So I did a version of Morty as Post Malone, just because. And so I studied pictures of Post Malone through the years with all the tattoos and everything he's got. And I decided on what version of Post Malone I was going to draw Morty as. And I changed all of Post Malone's tattoos to Rick and Morty themed tattoos. And I was like, you know what? Even if nobody likes this is going to be something I'm just going to put out there, and we'll see if people dig it. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but I'm happy with it. And I got it done, and now consistently, it's like one of my best sellers every convention I go to.
Yeah, I know. I remember that piece. You get a lot of people. They go, "I don't know what that is, but that looks so cool."
I had a Wolverine piece I did just to sell at conventions one time. I mean, I did this probably in 1987 or 88, and it was just a bust of Wolverine smoking a cigar, little thin cigar in the brown and orange suit. It was black and white copy, you know. I sold so many of those things over so many years. I finally retired it because I was embarrassed to look at it. People would still come up, "Hey, you got that Wolverine piece?" It's amazing what people will love, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, and favorite wrestler. I think. I kind of a tie between The Rock and Triple H. There you go.
There you go, Luke. Francine, favorite wrestler.
What the heck? Dwayne Johnson. He's not a wrestler anymore.
It's foreign again.
Talk to me about something that you spent very little time on that became a big success.
My first marriage.
Yeah. No, Joe, no. Okay, so going back to the question, I think lately it has been. I did this silly mashup of one of the Sailor Moons, and I combined them with one of Batman characters. But just like one illustration, I think the first one I did was like Barbara Gordon. I love drawing Batgirl. So I have like, what about Batgirl will live in the Sailor Moon world? And I did this sketch, and people start liking it. So I start doing like more and more and more. And finally, I have like this crazy poster with all of them, and I did like a huge mashup because of that. But it all started with just like a single warm up illustration that I did and posted like, "Hey, this is a warm up that I did today." And I noticed that, I don't know, like people thought it was a very fun combination, but I didn't thought it was gonna be anything big out of it.
No, cool.
Did Francine just like digitally hit me in the nose with a rolled up newspaper?
Yes.
Like, no Joe.
Yeah, I said no, Joe.
All right. You know, you usually have to pay extra for that, so believe me, I appreciate it.
Must be
Okay,
$18 in Jersey.
that one was for free. The next one is
Thank
gonna
you.
cost you, mister.
Yeah. Believe me, so did my first.
Next time you should get a little spray bottle.
Okay. Right.
Must be $18 in New Jersey.
That's true.
I was gonna say, I think they do it to everybody that gets off the plane.
Right.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, I think so. In Jersey.
Wow.
Just out of curiosity, John, because I've had a couple people ask, the belts that you have behind you there, I know they're homemade. Not a lot of people know the story behind those. You want to talk about those for a second?
Well, just my wife bought me a couple years ago. We were at an outdoor ballpark show here at the Joe Bruno Stadium in scenic Troy, New York, and they had a couple of the belts for sale. And I said, "Oh, Jody, look at that. There's the NWA belt. That's the one I always wanted when I was a kid. Some kids wanted a Super Bowl ring. I wanted that." And my wife, being my wife, went and bought it. I told her to not. I said, "I don't want it. Do not spend that money." But she did. So then the kids really loved it and said, "Oh, we got to get you another one. We got to get you another." No, you're not going to. I'm not spending the money anymore, belt. But I got thinking about it, and I just had some scrap plastic and vinyl around, and I started making my own, and it kind of keeps me sane. Even when I'm not drawing, I'm just working with my hands on something that doesn't have a deadline. And I made some of my favorite ones from the past. So,
do you have the green one you're working on?
The green one is being worked on. Yeah. You want to see a quick preview?
Yeah.
Hold on.
So let's use that as a segue into the next thing. Let's go around. I'm going to ask everybody, what do they do outside of drawing to keep them sane that they enjoy? So here's John's. So what belt is this one, John?
That's the 1983 WWF Big Green that only 3 people held. Bob Backlund, the Iron Sheik, and finally Hulk Hogan.
Very cool. How about you, Jamie? Jamie, what do you do that you enjoy to keep you sane?
I go to the gym quite a bit. I go there for maybe an hour, 2 hours there, just lift weights, toss weights around, and get a good sweat going. That's my thing.
I do yard work too.
You're twice the man I'll ever be.
Literally. I mean, you look at the size of me. I'm a.
Hey, look at me. All I get is comments about the weight. No matter how much I work out, no matter how much yard work I do, it's a curse for some of us.
Mustafa, what about you? You don't draw 24/7. What do you do to blow off some steam that keeps you sane?
Honestly, video games. That's what I'd be doing right now if I wasn't talking to you guys.
What's your favorite video game?
I'm sorry?
What's your favorite video game?
My favorite of all time?
Sure.
Tetris.
Tetris. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, you could say Mario, you could say Metal Gear, or Zelda, but like Tetris is perfect. Tetris is the game that you think about in your head when you close your eyes.
It's a communist game.
It totally is. Yeah. It's how we will communicate with aliens when they come down and take us over. Yeah.
Before they eat.
So when aliens come down, you're like, "Hey, want to play Tetris?"
Well, because you can't teach them how to jump on a mushroom or a guy in Mario, but you can teach them about lions coming down. Yeah, absolutely. That's how we'll communicate.
Sorry. Let me rephrase. Hey, want to do some lines?
Yeah.
Canadian humor.
Hey.
Francine, what do you do to blow off some steam?
I cannot be drawing, right?
Right.
Other than drawing.
Damn it! I hate when they restrict my answers. I don't know. I used to go climbing, like wall climbing with a rope, but they closed it because of COVID, so I don't do that anymore. So I don't know. I just draw. I'm a very workaholic person. Leave me alone.
All right, very good then. Fran has deflected.
Right, so she's very steamy because she can't blow it off, I guess.
I'm a workaholic too. Mention work, I get drunk.
Francine, get to workaholic.
You are on fire.
Fran, you need to roll up that weekend edition newspaper. All right, Joe.
You're not the boss of me.
All right.
Hey, imitating my kids will get you nowhere.
Okay. Well, when I'm not working, I'm drawing and painting to feel better about life.
So you're going to give me the Fran line of I'm a workaholic?
I am a workaholic, but
I know you are.
But
He totally is. He looks like a workaholic. I can see it on his eyes.
Right, but to paint and draw my own stuff is not the same thing as sitting there doing comic books. So it's more pleasurable for me.
So so let's go down that road. What do you like to paint and draw that's not comic books?
Real people in real situations, without distortion, without jumping around and beating each other up. Characterizations,
Yeah, but that's what I do in real life.
Right.
So what is it about it that you enjoy? Like is it like just the
It's
artistic?
It's a lot harder to do than inking, because inking is one color and you follow somebody's stuff, and it's like there's some that are harder and some that are easier. But when I have to do the whole thing myself, it's a whole other experience, and I don't have to follow anybody's lead. And also, to me, while color is the least important part of a painting, it's like candy. Using pure, wonderful color is just enjoyable for me in comparison. When I do my work for myself, I never use ink because I do it all the time anyway. So that's when I switch to graphite and oil and pastel.
Well, here's an interesting question, because I know we've had this conversation when you were talking about. Well, you were talking about how, like, when you do a life drawing painting or something like that, you use your observation on what you see because, that color, it wasn't there. Things that you wouldn't think of if you were pulling it from your mind.
Right.
As you do this, do you archive those observations and then integrate it when you do, like, say you're painting a Wolverine that's featured today?
No, because the whole point of it is you have to respond to the stimuli of, like, something has shown up that I didn't expect. But one of the things that comic book people, when they color their own work, very often don't understand is that the world around them influences everything else around it. So sometimes people will paint or color a figure, totally ignoring the fact that it's in a red sky or a blue background or something. There's no hint of it in it, right? So I'm doing this thing right now, which is there, right? It's a, let me try and get this better. All right. It's a Jose Luis Garcia Lopez recreation.
Love that one.
And I've integrated green throughout the pinks on his body, as well as a yellow sheen on the highlights instead of white, because I'm trying to get the guy to live in the world he's jumping in, you know, and that comes from my years of noticing that that's how you paint. You just can't paint a red ball. You have to paint a red ball with a blue light on it that's got a green reflection, you know, it's all that sort of stuff. So that's my philosophy when I do comic books, is I understand a little better how the environment affects the figure, at least in color.
Is there any way that you can take that into a black, like when you're inking, or is that just an impossibility?
Take what into what?
Like you were just talking about, like a red ball in a blue room, you have to take into account the blue room. And Mustafa will open this up to you as well. Can you take the environment into account as well?
Well, I mean, I think when you do somebody that's highly rendered, I have an experience with working with tones. So I understand that not everything is black and white. And a lot of, I can't tell you who, but one of my favorite comic book artists did this rendered pen drawing. And I thought, oh, that's sweet. He probably drew that when he was like 14 years old and all that stuff. It turned out he had done it like last week. And it was atrocious, because as a comic book artist, you look at little bits and pieces and you function like eye, nose, you know. And as a painter, you have to pull back and look at the global sense of the piece. So when I'm inking something that's highly rendered, I use my understanding of tone to try and keep it organized instead of break it apart into the pieces. With it. Like somebody like Brian Boland knows how to do it very well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to say, you know, cross-hatching and rendering, and you can do washes occasionally. You can do Copic, you know, tones. There's all kinds of ways to show that stuff. A lot of it depends on the art and depends on the artist. Because if it's a very like simplified kind of cartoony style, then it's going to be very out of sorts and very, you know, off-putting. But yeah, that's one of the things that I see nowadays when I see like, you know, younger people wanting to show me their portfolio. They forget about, you know, stuff like that in their line art. They forget about how, you know, color and light bounces off of everything. And a guy who was actually really great at bringing that to comics, Neil Adams, like he would have multiple light sources on one face and he would indicate it just in black and white. And then the colorist sometimes would do that, and sometimes they would completely ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Jamie, how about you? Because I know that when you started doing the villains, that's when you really embraced the cross-hatching to help you define the light sources and everything in your piece. How have you been finding trying to integrate the environment into the lineup?
Oh boy, I think I just put a lot more thought into it now than I used to. Like I look at some of my old drawings now and I'm like, God, you know, I look at a lot of the old stuff and it's like, there's a lot missing that, and I'm not saying it's perfect by any means, not now, but, just the process and learning more about it. It's like, there's something that I always think about now whenever I'm drawing something in a way that, you know, 5 years ago or something like that, I never would have even considered. Mostly because I guess back then I looked at drawing just as something to do, a hobby, something for fun, stress relief or whatever. Whereas now I kind of look at it as a chance more to explore and to produce something that hopefully, you know, people see and they respond to. Definitely a different mindset over time.
Yeah, I remember Jamie would show me some of his stuff a few years ago, and it was good. But man, his line work has just leveled up. Like since I've seen him last, like everything he posts, like his lines are just so much. And not that they were bad before, but they are so much more improved for everything I see him post.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Is Trisha by you?
No, she's outside.
Oh, she's hiding. Oh,
Yeah.
because I had a color.
I wouldn't say hiding, but yeah.
Oh, she's hiding. I have a color question. I was going to ask her a color question, but
oh, yeah. Sorry, she's outside.
No, that's okay. John, let's go down to you because you're a person that is very heavily detailed when you do your pencils. How do you take into account what we're talking about in terms of environment, form, lighting, that type of thing?
Well, I try to incorporate everything, all those things. I don't know if I'm always successful at it, but I try. If anything, I think I put in a little too much, which I've heard as a criticism, but I'm a kitchen sink kind of guy. Throw everything at it, do everything as best you can. And I think that's hindered me at times because I kind of burn myself out. I've never been a shortcut taker, but I was always trying to impress the people that taught me to show just how much I could do and impress the audience. And, I've had people come up to me at shows and go, so much detail, and it's just so cool. I really want to sketch like that because I want detail. Again, sometimes you're successful, sometimes you're not. I've tried. That's all I can say is I look at photographs, I look at stills from movies and whatnot. I look at stuff on my computer. If hey, this needs something, this needs some mood. This just doesn't look. This is okay, but it could be better. And that's what I try to do. Just make it look, whatever piece I'm doing, try to have some kind of a grasp of light, shadow, something that's going to grab people, something that's going to make it dramatic, and yet give it some kind of gravity, put it in some form, way, shape, or form in the real world.
So let's do a yin and yang, going over to Francine, because Francine, your style is a lot more simplistic in nature, where John has like a lot of pencil mileage and texture in his line drawings. You tend to go completely the opposite. So how do you plan it out in advance? Talk to us about in terms of your process, in terms of taking into account lighting and color.
Okay, it just depends on the piece. For example, and something that what you were saying, also, I always take on mind the environment where they are going to be. If it's just like a poster and there is just like pinup with no background, I don't even think on that because when I'm doing the line work. But if they are like in an environment, then I plan that ahead because the environment will affect them. Meaning that if the characters are going to be in the middle of the city and it's going to be night and there is a light post, so I think about that when I'm doing the sketch. But if they are not in a specific environment, if it's when I'm drawing more like pinups, posters, like without any sense of location, I don't think about that when I'm doing the line work. So it depends on the piece. But if it's a panel for a comic book page, and of course I think about that, and I'm thinking how the light is going to affect the characters or the mood, or even the storytelling. Do I want the characters to be in a completely shadow, so I'm going to put a building that is going to cast a shadow on them, so it depends on the piece.
Cool.
Hey, Stephen.
Yes, sir.
I don't mean to give you crap, but I just wanted to find that Francine's work is not simplistic, which is judgmental. Her work is economic. Okay. Mm-hmm. So simplistic tends to me like, oh, that's sort of dumb, simple. But, it's like even John putting in as much as he can as the kitchen sink philosophy, he'll still find a way to make the blacks do some of the work besides the details. Right. Mm-hmm. So most artists, it's look, the highest compliment that fans give you looks just like a photograph, which they don't understand is such a slap in your face, right? I mean, and the fact is because they can't put in all that stuff. They figure putting in as much of it as you can must mean it's good. Yes. And I'm sure all of us have looked at our work and go, there's too much there. I got to figure out how to make this stuff director, more graphic, more economic and stuff. More like economic. That. And it's just on the continuum of like Alex Toth to Arthur Adams. But even Arthur Adams figures out a way to like, what can't I do? So there's this guy, Ryan Otley, who does Invincible. Invincible is a very simple, good style, and then he's got one that he does like a monster book or something, where he puts everything into it. And I think he just decided that a superhero book like that needs a very direct approach to it. And then the monster thing, like a Bernie Wrightson or Graham Ingalls, needs more texture and grit to what's going on.
Joe, do you remember an oversized comic from around 30, maybe 35 years ago called Destroy? It was completely done in Kirby style.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, the whole idea, I can't remember the name of the guy. I want to say Scott Shaw, but it wasn't Scott Shaw that did it. Whoever it was did the whole thing in Kirby. And it was just, again, oversized book like the ones Barry Smith used to do. And it was just Kirby figures, Kirby style smashing stuff. And he said the whole reason he did that book was to get the Kirby out of him.
Okay.
So there you go. And I mean, I wish I could just do one thing to get all this extra stuff out of me and then go more economical, which I'm trying, but
well, look at Barry Smith. Barry Smith went from pseudo Kirby to himself, and then he became a pre-Raphaelite. So he loves all that stuff in there. So,
Okay. And Anapola, it's ironic. Yeah, Anapola asked what we like to do on the side if we're not drawing and painting. You literally just missed that conversation. We'll do a quick around the table. Mr. Hebert likes making those championship belts behind you.
And I can move my cars and my properties and do yard work and lift and run and raise my kids and try to keep my dog from driving me crazy. Other than that, I have a lot of free time. Oh, and I work a full-time job, too.
Bro, you lift? Speaking of lifting, Jamie likes to lift. Mustafa likes video games. And Fran and Joe pleaded the fifth and called themselves workaholics.
I paint and draw my own stuff.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I love Joe's answer. That's so cool because I just went like, yeah, I'm a workaholic. But he's like, no, I paint stuff that made me happy. So, yeah, great.
Yeah. Sounds good. There you go. That's a catch up for you right there, Anna Paula. But thanks for asking the question. We want you guys to engage and to help you guys incentivize your comments and engagements. We have 9 featured art prints. So let's throw them back up. It's the top of the hour. Here we go. Let's run through them. We've got Bob McLeod's New Mutants.
But we don't have Bob McLeod.
No Bob McLeod today. The Bob clock is put on the bench. We've got Vera's Harley Quinn. Francine, you want to talk about this one?
Oh yeah, that's my Marvel girl. So guys, that is a picture that I did like a couple of years ago, and it's a very small picture, and it was just right when I wanted to start working traditionally again, because basically after this piece I had a lot of time of only working digitally, and I felt the itch of get my hands on and get ink and paint, and so I started doing like small tests on 6x9 paper. I don't know, it's a very small paper. And I grabbed this stone paper and start painting characters that I like. And Jean Grey as a Marvel girl is one of my favorite ones, like with her classic costume. So it was basically gonna be like a doodle test thing, but I really like how it ended. And then Steven grab it and do this crazy thing and make it gigantic and looks amazing.
Yeah, the original went from 6x9 to now 40x60. And it still holds up.
Yeah, and the original also got sold in one of the auction things we did. So and that's it. They're like, oh, thank you for whoever that got.
The original is out there in the ether.
in the ether.
We've got Jamie Coker's first villainous villain, Skeletor.
The one that started all.
That started it all. James C. Mulligan, Marilyn Monroe, Some Like It Whipped. Mr. Rubenstein's Wolverine postmortem. Mr. Hebert, talk to us about this one.
Oh, the FF piece. Just wanted to recreate that cover and make a few changes because I always loved it. You know, it's obviously a Star Wars ripoff, just flop. Stay tuned for next year when we do our Star Wars month pieces. I think I'm going to do yet another version of it. I just loved it, but I thought it could have gone further, and I tried to do more with it than the original, and maybe I succeeded and maybe I didn't, but people seem to like it and I like it, so there you go.
Yeah, I like it. We've got a 40 by 60 hanging in our gallery of this piece. It's very cool. All right, Mustafa's Rogan Gambit Love. And I've got an Alpha Flight Guardian. All right, moving on. So those are our 9 featured art prints. So somebody here in the next 20 minutes is going to win one of these. Each comment and question you guys throw in there, you get a little ticket, and we're going to draw a name at the end, in 20 minutes. But if you can't wait that long, you just put in claim Mustafa, and Love G will take care of you out there in the pit. Or just go to MBartist.com. Any one of these 9, you drop it in art print, platinum, or canvas, and you will get free shipping with the promo code free shipping. So those are the fine art prints. But wait, there's more. Tee up the covers. Eric. Let's do show and tell time. Guess what's finally done and going off to the printers this Monday?
A whiz?
We're taking a whiz. We're taking a whiz in the press. Here we go.
My first time.
Show them up, guys. These are available right now for pre-order at ultraconcity.com, and they come autographed if you buy them through the site. This is the Ultracon exclusive. Let's kick it off. We've got Bob McLeod's number 4 Wiz Comics.
I don't want to ruin your mood because the basement has a lot of water.
Hold on, I'll be back. I got water in the basement.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
everybody grab your buckets. Let's pitch in. So we got Bob's Wiz Comics. We've got Jamie Coker. Jamie, talk about this one.
So the original cover was very straight on. Captain Marvel just punching the robot, and the robot looking like ugh, and the Savannah's standing on the side. And I just decided to go with something a lot more dynamic and just a little over the top, and make the robot look a little more menacing than something from like a old school cartoon, and had the lightning striking Captain Marvel and striking the robot. And I had a vision kind of right away of what it was going to look like, and it came pretty close. So I was pretty happy with it.
What did the robot look like?
He looked like something from one old cartoon, like an old black and white cartoon, very dopey looking.
It looked like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz.
All right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. We definitely improved it.
We
The great thing about this piece is that it was constantly evolving. Like, it didn't just start out. It just didn't plop out like this, like we were talking about earlier. Like the earliest iterations was the uppercut. But, we had that huge schnoz, and the first thing we thought was Operation. So let's light that up.
Yep.
And then with the uppercut action, we were talking about the Rock'em Sock'em game. So tried incorporating some of that. And then he originally was all gray, and we were like, well, let's treat this more like a sports jersey and get some more golden age themes in it. And then the piece de la resistance, chef's kiss to you, Jamie, was integrating the logo, smashing a lot like an old Incredible Hulk logo.
Yeah, I did want to incorporate that for sure, just to like make like a overall destructive kind of interactive thing.
So yeah, I think it came together nicely, very nice. All right, let's move on to the next one. Here we go. This is our first ever combo. This is the Francine Delgado pencils and Mustafa Musa inks. So let's start at the beginning, Francine. Talk to us about your end of this masterpiece.
Okay, it all started when I wanted to do a cover with Billy and Shazam at the same time. But the one that I picked up, John had it made like a month ago. So after that happened, hey John, yes, for you. So after that happened, I started looking to other options, and there were other cool ones with Shazam jumping or doing cool action stuff, or just like flying above the city. And I like to draw cities in their perspective because I don't know, fading. But I really had this in the back of my head that damn it, I really want to have the opportunity to draw both personas of Captain Marvel, and then I find this cover where it was Billy fighting Shazam, and I thought like, oh, this is even great because they are not just there being friends being friendly. They are fighting each other. So I made this whole scene on my head, and I thought, like, okay, I'm gonna have them like separated, yelling at each other, more like Billy yelling and Shazam doing, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I don't know, it all started from there. And I was super stoked when Mustafa said that he was gonna ink it. So I just started adding like a lot of details because I thought like I'm not gonna ink it, and then he grabbed it and make it look even awesome.
All right, she hands off the baton to you, Mustafa. What were you thinking?
Yeah, when she first showed it to me, I was like, yeah, absolutely. And I felt bad because previously she talked to me about wanting to do a collaboration on a Star Wars piece, and I knew I just didn't have the time for it, and I really regret just not making the time because it turned out great. But so I was like, okay, whatever it is, the next thing, I'm gonna say yes for sure. And I saw it and I was like, oh, good, it's awesome. This is, I want to work on this. And what Joe was talking about earlier, like there is an economy to her lines, and as an inker, it's awesome because there's enough room to kind of get in there and play around, but there's so much subtlety. I mean, if you zoom in on the faces and the detail and the outfit, like all of it, like all of the information is there, and she doesn't overwhelm you with information on all these extra lines that aren't needed. But at the same time, you can really kind of have a lot of fun in there. And then the colorist did, I think, a fantastic job. So it's the first time I've seen it working with this colorist. But yeah, hopefully we can do more stuff together.
Talk about the background a little bit, because I know that there was a piece of this background you wanted to keep from the rough, right?
Yeah, the sky, she kind of rendered in a, what would you call it? It's digital, I know, but it's almost like a charcoal.
Like a charcoal, yeah. I use charcoal brush.
Like a charcoal style, and I was like, you know what? We should leave that intact. And then also, of course, it's kind of covered and obscured by the title. But I was like, okay, I'll ink all of the stuff in the foreground and then leave that for the just go straight to digital colors. And I think it's a great effect.
Well, I got good news for you. The variants, we're doing a virgin variant, and you can see the charcoal in all its glory.
Oh, good. Because I think it looks great. Yeah.
And I'll get more into that in a second. All right, the next one. Okay, Mr. Hebert.
Yeah.
The one everybody wanted that you jumped on like a fat kid on a spree.
Hey, tread lightly on that. Yeah, I don't know. I pounced. I admit it. It looked like a good pin-up shot. It's a money shot. The lightning, the simple yet there's some cool stuff there. And I got my Don Newton Alfredo Alcala on Billy's face, and I don't know how that happened, but it just came out completely. Joe will get that reference. I really liked it. I think it turned out great. I think the color works with it. I thought it was a little gold heavy at first, but I think it works now.
Okay.
Yeah. My son just stepped in to see if I'm all right. I just love it, and I hope the people do too. And sorry, Francine.
If you noticed on this one, John, on the original, the top banner is opaque, and Kelly, our digital artist that pulls these all together in production, she thought if we gave it a little transparency, it would add a little je ne sais quoi to the backdrop. So
I agree.
All right, let's go to the next one. Here we go, Mr. Rubenstein. This is all you.
Hello.
So you took a different approach.
Well, since I'm not a real comic book artist, I wasn't going to try.
Okay, I'm not either.
Right. I wasn't going to compete with you guys and try to draw. So I said, well, I can watercolor some. So let's make a painting instead. So.
Gorgeous.
So are you happy with how it turned out?
Yeah, it's striking.
Yeah, sell this, Joe. Break it up.
I I see something I would have changed now. So when you buy it, I'll tell you what that is.
There you go. So when you buy this, take it to Joe to get it signed, and he'll tell you what he'll change.
Maybe I'll fix it on site.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, when we find that X-Men Adventures book, which I forgot the number of, anybody brings that up to me to sign from now on, I'm going to color in those black tiles. There you go.
Did you ever find out what number that was?
I did. Now I can't remember. Forgot to write it down.
All right, next week we need that X-Men Adventures number so we can get those tiles colored in.
Okay.
So those are our 5 Wiz comics, and those are cover A, because wait, guys, there's more. Not only are these 5 covers available right now at ultraconcity.com with included autographs, we've got variants coming. There's going to be a cover B, a cover C, and a cover D, and we'll.
Hey, Steven, can you repeat? Can you repeat where can people get it or just order it?
Once again, you can go to ultraconcity.com. If you go to buy your tickets, you'll see listed there that you can add to your cart any one of those 5 fine Wiz. You can take a Wiz in your cart. There
Yes,
you go. Take a Wiz in your cart.
Or in your boots. Is it going down?
Take a whiz in your boots. Fill your boots with whiz.
I don't care how they do it as long as they're sold. So go ahead right now to ultraconcity.com and take a whiz in your cart of any one of autograph. Any one of 5 autograph. There you go.
We're not doing phrasing anymore.
There we go. We're dropping it. We're dropping the URL address in the comments for you. Yes, we will have variants. All right, guys, let's talk about variants. So this is going to be a 500 print run. It's very limited edition. It will be an UltraCon exclusive. With this, we're doing 3 additional covers. We're going to have 2 1 in 25s, which is going to be a virgin variant, which means just the art. The second one is going to be a black and white. So we're going to kick it old school. And then the last one, which is going to be a 1 in 50, is going to be a blank. So if you say, hey, you know what? I love this so much. I want to go to Joe Rubenstein and I'm going to get him to take a whiz on my blank.
Not right now.
He'll do that.
If anybody gets all 4, I will give them a can of Cheese Whiz.
Cool.
Hold into that, Joe. All right, guys, you heard it here first. If you buy all 4, is it just yours, Joe, or anybody's?
No, I don't care about these people. Just
All right, Joe's going to be stocking up on Cheese Whiz. Anyone buys all 4 of Joe's variants, you get a free can of Cheese Whiz.
That's what the blank is for. I will do a little 3-dimensional mountain range for you in Cheese Whiz.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah, and if the zombie apocalypse happens, you can always eat it.
There you go.
So the variants will be available at the UltraCon, and we will unveil those covers next week here on the show. Anyways, let's show and tell time. Let's stop taking a whiz, and let's do show and tell. Mustafa, what do you got?
Oh, let's see. So Comic Palooza is this weekend. It's a big show here in Houston. I'd venture to say it might be the first big convention of the year post-COVID. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, so I'm collaborating with a local artist friend of mine for the first time. We did a Black Cat together, and that's what this is.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah? Cool. So it'll be in color this weekend if you guys have seen it before. Yeah, anybody else?
I think my ride's on the way.
Yep. Like clockwork. I think it's every time this time.
Pretty much.
He lives in a firehouse.
Yeah.
I used to.
Francine, what do you got?
I'm working on this. I have to share the screen. Share the screen. I'm working on this piece. It's like a Sailor Moon piece.
All right. Well, here we go. Oh, cool.
Oh, that's great.
What's this piece for?
It's for you, Steven. I owe this to you. Basically, I have this old Sailor Moon piece here, and we have some archives that we put in the MBartist Gold collection. But I didn't want to use this old piece, so I'm just making a new version. And I also have the other one that I did with the Batman, so I don't copy the same poses. Cause so the idea is I want to give them different poses.
I'm working.
Very cool. Very cool. Hopefully, we'll have that done for UltraCon as well. Speaking of Series 6, so guys, right now we're working on Series 6. Can we see the gem and the hologram combos?
Yeah, I have them in black and white here.
All right, show us.
This is my original. We have this too.
There we go. Gem and the holograms and
Gem and the holograms and the mythics. Gem and the mythics.
And those will be, hopefully we'll have those ready to reveal at UltraCon as well as part of our Series 6.
Yeah.
If John's allowed to come, if the police allows John to come.
Just give yourself up, John.
Jamie, what you
I'm doing a horror convention this weekend called XXII in Kansas City. I would have loved to be a Comic-Palooza, but you know, they reschedule these damn things. So anyway, I got a very, very popular request I keep getting to draw from my horror stuff is, well, why don't you have that guy from the movie Trick or Treat? Why don't you have him? So I ended up doing a version of him, made a quick comment to me, whispered it, and then she went right back downstairs.
Oh, come on.
I'm not lying. She did. She came up here, she went right around the corner, she's like, and then she went right back downstairs.
I'll get you, Trish. It's the last thing I do. John, it's show and tell time. What you got, sir?
Cover for Apex Comics Phaser Special Edition. One of the variant covers, me, Steranko, Ron Friends. So I'm in good company and I'm overwhelmed.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Congratulations.
Thanks. Thank you.
Dude. Hey, that's good for you. Speaking of congratulations, not only should John get congratulations on getting some published work, Miss Delgado, do you want to share your little? Can we share yours?
I don't know. Oh, I don't know if I can even say it.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah. Well, I'm working on a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cover for IDW, but I can't show anything because they haven't even approved anything yet. So I can say I'm working on it, but I can't show anything yet.
Welcome to the world of the published. That's fantastic.
Super.
I'm glad you're doing charity work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Ain't that the truth? Mr.
You
Rubens,
get the credits and then you go to the shows. Yeah,
that's right. That's how you get the free tables.
I'm inking a bunch of Elsewhen pages that John Byrne did.
Oh,
that's nice.
Hold that back up, Joe. I missed it.
You want that back up?
Yeah, could I see that?
Yeah.
I looked away for 2 seconds.
How dare you?
Oh yeah, very nice. Very nice.
This,
Are those getting printed?
Well, maybe. I'm doing this Hercules recreation with Garcia Lopez.
Wow.
And I just wanted to bring up 2 things. Robson Roca died this week of COVID. And I think there might be a GoFundMe or something for his family, which people should do what they can. The guy was unbelievably good, ridiculously young to die, left the baby, you know. And to all of you people who watch this show every week, I'd just like to say, get a life.
Thank you, Mr. Shatner.
Way to bring that roller coaster in. Ara, not to be outdone, is going to try to take the air out of our balloon. Do y'all do things in the community?
I did.
Or participate in any organizations? And Francine dropped one in there. Way to go, Francine. Joe just threw one out there. So you know what? I think whenever we can, we always like to try to give back. So
I
At
was
New York Comic Con.
I was involved in politics and all kinds of charities, and I got screwed enough, so now I've stopped.
Oh boy. Okay.
go ahead, Mustafa. New York.
At New York Comic Con, they do a local charity. It's a hospital for kids, and I always try to donate original piece every time. It's also good to remind them of like, hey, make sure I'm here next year so I can donate more. But also, I've actually become friends with Ed Asner of all people, and
cool.
he's a fan of comic book art, and he reached out to a hero of mine, Kevin Nolan, and I became friends with him. And he was like, "Oh, you should talk to Ed Asner." I was like, "The guy from Up?" He's like, "Yeah, you should talk to him. He's looking for original art." And we're donating it to this charity, the school that he runs up in New York. And in fact, I got an email from him.
Cool.
He's like, "Sorry to be a pain in the ass." I'm like, "Shoot, I got to send him something." But yeah, there's a lot of great musicians.
The guy from Up.
That's the reference.
Well, I
instead
mean,
of
I
Mary-
could say Hugh Grant and all those other things, but I know, man.
Okay.
The guy has an
Jamie,
IMDb
Jamie, what's his
list
wrestling
longer than
connection?
Schindler.
The IMDb is like,
Your knowledge of TV history is about as deep as a puddle. Jesus.
no. I mean, I remember him from all the other shows. It's just
Name two.
okay. Now you put me on the spot. Mary Tyler Moore, Lou Grant, Bronx Zoo. What else?
Excellent.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. You're if you want
to.
He was also the voiceover guy in Boondocks. Now,
Did you ever see Rich Mentor Man? He played my father in that movie.
Did he?
And Jamie, what is his wrestling connection? Come on, Jamie.
I don't know.
Well, here's for the modern crowd. He was in Cobra Kai.
He was in the film
The
Wrestler, not the one with Mickey Rourke, but the one from the 70s.
Oh, shoot.
That's the
All right,
one
guys,
where
we got to wind it up. We're going to do the draw. Give me a name, Lovejeet. Oh, my God, I almost butchered that one. While we're waiting for a name from Lovejeet, Mustafa, where are you going to be?
Comicpalooza, 12 minutes away, downtown Houston. Awesome time. Everybody come out.
All right. And then the winner is, oh, my goodness, Anna Polak. Are you here? Congratulations. Anna Polak. I hope I said that right. Give Anna Pola, if you're still here, pick one. Pick one of 9 and the lovely Lovejeet. And send us your shipping address. Thank you, Lovejeet. Anna Polak. Are you here? Yeah, there we go. Winner, chicken dinner. Anna Pola, pick a print. Oh my God, it's like how many peppers could a woodpecker? Anyways. Amy, where are you going to be?
I am going to be at Crypticon, Kansas City at the KCI Expo Center. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Say hi to my buddy Ellie while you're there.
Yeah. I asked how he's going to be there.
Yeah, seen him in a while.
Joe,
Yeah.
I know you're going to be somewhere in a couple weeks.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Where am I going to be in 2 weeks?
Terrificon.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
But by the way, I really don't hate Mustafa. I hate Steven.
And me.
No.
No, get off my island.
Where am I going to be? Terrificon, Connecticut.
Have you done that show before, Joe?
Yeah, several times. It's good.
Okay.
It's a real comic book show. It's not a.
Yeah, it's focused on the
everybody
artists.
show.
That's right. Yeah, it's just kind of in the middle of nowhere, is all.
Right.
Anna Pola, pick one of the prints. Let me know which one you want because the artists are interested to see who wins this week. And you send the info to me, either DM me or Lovejeet. And then we'll make sure you get your free print. All right. John, where are you? Are you going to be anywhere soon?
I'm going to be in my backyard this weekend drinking beer. No, seriously, I'm about to marry my girlfriend of 14 years. That's her age. That's her age. I'm going to jail.
Congrats.
But seriously, folks.
Congratulations.
No,
Is
I'm
it a-
happily married. I'm
is
just
it a
fun.
green card
No,
thing?
I'm
No?
next show I'm doing is West Palm with you guys.
There you go. Anna Pola picks France. There you go.
Girl
Congratulations, John. Era says congrats on your wedding.
Yeah. That's all right. I'm going to jail.
Francine, is your next one MegaCon?
Yes.
Yes.
That one is the
All
one
right.
in Orlando, right?
That's
the one in Orlando.
Yeah.
I just want to announce that Fran and I are getting married because it's a green card thing. So
Are you
But you
really?
can't say that out loud. But you
I
have
wanna-
to wait
I wanna
until
move to
you
Canada.
have to wait until I have my Canadian
Don't forget it
citizenship.
again.
it's anchor migration.
What you don't know when he tries to get into Canada, he's on that picture list there. Joe Rubenstein, don't let him in.
You know, I'm wearing this T-shirt in honor of Ed Asner.
That's an Italian dinner shirt.
Is that the Ed Asner from Up?
Yeah, that guy, the old man. Yeah.
That guy.
Ara says Joe and I are getting hitched due to that whole trampoline talk.
Like, hey, did you know Paul McCartney was in a band before Wings? Did you know that?
It's called the Silver Beatles. Yes.
Ah, yeah. They weren't very good, though.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. A couple notes for you guys to know. I want to thank everybody for joining us for the last hour and a half. We are going to be back at 6 p.m. tonight. We have moved our auctions. The Lost Toy Box, which is usually on Fridays, we moved it to Wednesdays, 6 to 9 p.m. We hope you guys will come back and tune in and join us.
Less drunks. Okay.
Less drunks, more stuff to buy. The reason why we've moved it from Fridays to Wednesdays is because we're going to start hitting the road. So we needed to find a day that works. So Wednesdays, moving forward, 6 to 9, the Lost Toy Box, kicking off tonight. I hope you guys will join us again. And on Monday, I will have everybody's the ability to do pre-sales for shows will be up and live on Monday for all the artists here. You can pre or Joe's gone.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's going to find our DMR. He has to do research on a good trampoline. So on Monday, starting Monday, you guys are going to be able to pre-order commissions from any one of these artists at MegaCon, UltraCon, and any shows thrusted forward, and pre-sales will be available. So you can buy them online and just show up at the table and pick them up. That's going to be up and running on Monday. So good times coming ahead, guys. And thank you, guys. Fellow artists, thank you for showing up. Mustafa. Oh, and Jamie, what should we remember?
Oh, like, comment, subscribe.
All right. Good night, everybody. Signing off on that.
Everybody.